Hi there, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? The way are we? My name is for the ones of you that are stopping by way of, for the very first time, we are right here, talking approximately Shanquella Robinson. And when I first got the information, or whilst, yes. Once I first were given the news that the FBI had said that they were no longer going to prosecute everybody, I stopped relationship my tracks because it became so surprising. I sincerely thought that she could get a few type of justice anyway. I came on here and I expressed how greatly surprised and disappointed I become. And then I became looking to go again. And suppose what did we miss? And for the ones of you that watched the episode, I became speak me to a female friend from California, Edrican, who is appropriate on the subject of fitness. She's whipping me up into shape. And we were friends for almost 2 decades. Besides, such as you do for me, Nation, you send me all varieties of articles, all sorts of clips. And one and all you send me this episode, they are saying Element 1 and on YouTube. And it's every other YouTuber. Her name is The Real Dinner, and she or he got the last privilege of interviewing Judge Joe Brown. Consider Joe Brown interviewing him and picking his brain about the Chancellor Robinson case. I will put the links under it, is a watch opener, in a nutshell. Because this crime happened in Mexico, there's nothing they could do backside line. And he said as an instance, if some French human beings got here to the United States and committed against the law, they could be punished right here. The French cannot say carry them and could punish them in France. There may be too much. They can't carry all the witnesses. They cannot convey all of the facts. Everything could be carried out inside the United States. What they could do is that after you are in prison, after you're in jail, they are able to alternate what you need, what we got, what you got, what we want other than that from the gate. There is nothing that the USA ought to have done, and they do not have sufficient evidence to show that the crime was premeditated. This means that it was planned. They don't have sufficient evidence that the crime turned into deliberate. Before the Cabal 6 went to Mexico, there's no evidence there, maybe not anything to pin the Cabal 6 here within the United States. To say you deliberate this, we've got evidence, we've telephone name recordings, we've got scribbles of paper. We do not have something to mention that the plant this, and that the whole lot we address Mexico. Certainly Dana has episodes with Jojo Brown Element 1 and Element. Take a seat down and pay attention to everything. I will say this about Judge Joe Brown. He's opened up my eyes lots to what has to change on the subject of the Treaties of Nations. Due to the fact I do understand without a doubt, in case you tell me, that there is not anything we can do, that they have to face costs in Mexico. I recognize that. I also wish that the treaties were modified, where if they're going to break out with that crime in a foreign country, they may no longer get away with it on this USA. Something Americans, or whatever national, something crimes they devote in other countries. In the event that they run away, get away, can't be stuck, they can't discover any secure haven of their domestic international locations. Because when you consider that not anything can be performed on this end, and they were given out of Mexico, they got out of Mexico as free people, due to the fact what become written within the police record. We do not know now, because as some distance as I'm involved, I am finding out after the truth. The Chancellor Robinson's neck wasn't broken, that's what the FBI stated. It wasn't damaged, the neck, the spine changed into intact. Had been we paying attention to fake information all this time? I do not know loads of things now. What I do recognize turned into that has Judge Joe Brown said that there are 600 instances of homicide, over 600 cases of murder in households, which are crying for justice, not handiest chancellors. And of direction we realize that people die each day. I assume what was so bad approximately this was that we noticed a savage beating at the net. We noticed a naked female being savagely beating, and there was a first row seat target audience of different human beings that knew her and did not intrude once that is element. They were recording it is another part, and they had been telling her cannot she at least combat back, understanding that she turned into being attacked within the maximum savage manner ever. I think that is why that video went viral, as it become extraordinarily surprising to humanity. If we watch something like that and stroll away, what does that say, people? And it stated plenty approximately us. Due to the fact we had been horrified, I'll be trying justice for her. We want justice for her nonetheless. Shanquella Robinson might be one of the maximum emotional and nostalgic cases that I assume will haunt me all the time. And because of Shanquella Robinson, I am reminded why I failed to have a look at regulation. I said it inside the first video. After I protected the Chankerlog open sin case, it became one of the first things I stated. I said I had both studied law, or I went into leisure, and I selected entertainment, because the law every now and then isn't always honest. And this is a classic case. Legal professionals, they are doing their activity, they take a look at regulation, and they exercise it over and over like a blanket on so many extraordinary instances. And I am in reality beginning to see that there are just each case is virtually simply unique. And from time to time, it simply doesn't follow the manner the lawyers want to use it. Jojo Brown, gorgeous first rate. It turned into an eye-opener. It changed into very, very informative. And it became sad due to the fact he simplest strengthened my fears of what I felt approximately 4 episodes back. Approximately the Shanquella Robinson case. Once I mentioned is it Nancy? Yes, Nancy Grace. Sure, it turned into Nancy Quiz. Nancy Grace had an attorney that she interviewed, and he basically said the equal aspect. I watched it twice, and I came on right here, and I stated, man, I think I have some kind of no longer so proper information due to the fact my religion dropped from that episode. From what he said, he was speaking on Tippy Tools. However, I felt as though he changed into maintaining something lower back in a manner, now not to disappoint us of in final results that could be. And that outcome honestly turned out to be what we feared the maximum, that there was nothing that would be completed, that on the very most it's a disturbance that they fought. And that became it they fought people, combat all the time. They don't go to prison for lifestyles. And we do now not have enough statistics to recognize how everything performed out. They said we can't put the wrong humans in jail. And I understand. I simply feel as though, could not you have puzzled them? One facts, this girl died. She did die. She died, however. What did she die from if she did not have a damaged neck and backbone? Why is it that the FBI simply gave a form of indistinct announcement and said there will be no arrests, nobody can be prosecuted for this crime? Why did they most effective say that? Why did not they hold and say we suspect or not suspect, however, she didn't die from her injuries? Or we cannot precisely, that is all the records we are able to inform you currently. I'm very, 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 very stressed. Thank you, Femination. You continuously dispatch me articles. I examine them, because I'm seeking to gain some form of consolation. A number of you stated it's no longer over, yet I consider it's now not. Let us elevate her own family in prayer. Her mom, her father, her sister Charlotte, permits carry them up in prayer. This must be very, very, very difficult instances for them. I could not imagine. I couldn't consider. And like I said, I'll place the 2 hyperlinks, the part 1 and the part 2 below. They have been very good. It was excellent to at the least get a few solutions from any individual who knows the laws at the least within the United States. And it's very simple. There may be not anything they may do. There was nothing they may ever do. Remember to percentage to love and to subscribe. Hit the notification button, and I will see you sooner than later. All of my loved darlings hold to ship me everything. And whatever you observed is of any importance, and I'll hold to percentage it right here. A whole lot of you were asking as a way do I stop speaking approximately Shanquella now that we've gotten this verdict. And I said no, 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 I will by no means prevent. We are able to remember her birthdays, and we are able to always keep her family up in prayer. It's the least that we can do.